How are y'all doing?
Pretty good. How you been?
Good. Just got off work, so I'm back home chilling. What have y'all been up to?
Just work and school, and then to graduate with my associate.
Oh, awesome. I've been having a lot of stuff going on in my life, and it's been a while since I've talked to my two best girlfriends, Carol and Daisy, and so I've just decided to give them an update about what's going on and see how they're doing. So Brice and I, you know, we've been dating for a while.
I already know what's coming.
No. So, him and I have been talking about him moving in to this house with me when I sign my next lease.
But when you said Brice and I was like, okay, for 3 years, yeah, they're good. Yeah, when you started, I was like, I think I know what's coming.
He's ready to move in.
Is it something that you're wanting?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Y'all should do a trial run.
See, that's what we kind of been doing. He comes here on the weekends, and it already kind of feels like already he's living with me, so I know what I'm kind of going to be looking forward to. Like, we haven't had any problems. It's kind of been funny, kind of been great.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky. And you know I'm a little more old school. I personally, if it was me, I probably wouldn't. And you're like my girl, and I don't want you to get hurt or like anything.
Yeah.
And so a lot of temptations come from it, being in the same house together. It's just a lot, it's a big step. And when you're living together like this, before, marriage, it's okay. And as long as you both are on the same, I don't want to talk about sex.
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free mean?
I have no
honestly have no idea.
No idea.
Who said this?
It's an old time saying.
Well, you know, we're not that old.
When you're dating somebody, you're not supposed to make out with them or do any of that kind of stuff until you get married.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Ain't nobody giving no milk for free.
Heck
We gotta
no.
put the ring on it.
First.
Oh my God, what did I just say? But like,
Same page.
With the whole
Nice
old fashioned, like I agree with Daisy, but I think nothing morally has changed with generation, but I think people accept it more now,
Yeah.
especially with couples. I think it's good. It's a good step, especially when you're both young. It's 2022. Go for it.
Daisy was kind of like, just really think about it, kind of know what you're getting into. Maybe you should wait till you're married so you know this is something that you actually want. Daisy pretty much definitely represented my dad. I kind of knew because she grew up in a very old school family, wait till marriage, and that's exactly how my dad grew up. And Carol was more my mom. My mom has a more open-minded sense, and Carol does too as well. So it's kind of like I was already talking to my parents, honestly, which is great because this is kind of like a practice run.
It automatically has to be your choice. Like,
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It'll be fun. When your parents say.
So I haven't really talked to mom and dad about this yet, but I'm not nervous about telling my parents though, because I feel like if I was nervous with telling them, I don't know, I feel like that would kind of signal like a problem. So now after talking to Carol and Daisy, I gotta talk to mom and dad next. Mom has an idea because I've mentioned it. It's just more dad. Even at 20 years old, I'm still kind of scared of my dad. But I really just want them to be in the know and not let this be a surprise. Like, he moves in, they come home, they're like, oh, there's 2 vehicles in the driveway.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Thank
That's
you. So maybe next time you come down here, you might have a new roommate, but I'll kick him out whenever you guys come down here.
Wait, I got a question. Has he got his Amazon purchase yet? Of the earplugs?
Oh, shut up. I had to work with him sleeping with the TV on. Brice, honestly, there's nothing that I complain about him at all. He does not have any weird habits or gross habits. Not kidding, still to this day, he rolls down the window and sticks his head out to burp. And he still hasn't farted in front of me either. He will step out of my bedroom to go and fart. And I was like, what?
Jesus. He's gonna do it
Because he
eventually
said, I
one
don't
day.
want it to be embarrassing. I'm like,
It's not embarrassing.
Don't worry, when y'all are married and y'all have a kid and he knows how tired he is and he's got a fart, he's not gonna want to get
Or
up
burp.
and fart.
y'all heard when I snore. And I don't even sound that bad. But yes, they're on his nightstand.
I almost had a car sold tonight. That's why I was late getting home. This month it's slow, so that's why I was trying, because I don't have a car out yet. I mean, last month I had 11 cars out.
Well, this is how you learn how to plan.
Well, you know how I
How to
showed you I was
project.
keeping on my list of each month? Next year, we'll know how to
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
budget and how to project and
Yeah.
what it's gonna be like. Financially, I feel like Amber and I are where we want to be. Of course, there's always room to work harder and to make more money. But I feel like I'm staying more focused, more energized to only be responsible for myself and the task at hand. Sometimes the days on the lot are long, but if you're selling cars, that's good days. So I like it. It was a good move.
That's how it was in real estate. We had certain months that were slow.
Hello? Hello?
We're
Mom?
over here
What are you doing here?
Coming to hang with you guys. What are you doing?
putting together my new laundry hamper.
So tonight I'm coming over to Mom and Dad's place because I want to tell Mom and Dad about how Brice and I have been talking about Brice moving in. I'm not really like nervous at all talking to Mom and Dad. I feel like why would I be nervous about talking about something that should be good and happy? So I stopped by to talk to you guys about a few things that's been happening and I've been thinking about. So
You're not engaged. Well,
yeah, this
I mean, Elizabeth, you can take a ring off before you walk in here to Mom and Dad.
I'm not gonna take a ring off after that. That's like, I feel like that would be horrible, like to do that. Trust me, I would not be hiding that. He'd be very happy and I'd be very happy.
We're definitely relieved Elizabeth is not engaged. We do know that it will happen, but it's super, super important for us as Elizabeth's parents. She continues living independently, practicing the whole adulting, and staying in school.
So since Brice has graduated and we have talked back and forth about the possibility of him moving in. So we've been almost dating for 3 years. We feel like we're in an aspect in our life where we're kind of ready for that.
Ready for that meaning what?
He wants to move in with me just because he sees a future for us, not marriage right now.
Call us old school, call us old fashioned. You get engaged and then you get married. Before you move in together.
I mean, obviously, you know, Dad and I, we were raised, you know, you have to be married before you move in.
Yes, and I told, and that's what we talked about because his family was the same way too, and mine is the same way, but things are a lot different now.
Yes.
A lot different.
Elizabeth comes in excited, and then suddenly she just throws a bucket of water on everything. Why can't we follow the path that Mom and Dad were doing? Because it worked for us.
This is like kind of a new peak that we're reaching just in our relationship.
But why isn't he here tonight with you talking about y'all moving in together?
He's at my house right now setting up a bed frame.
You're over here asking us if y'all can move in together, but he's at your house setting up a bed?
Since I was like 13 years old, I grew up hearing, put the ring on the finger, get the ceremony done, then you move in. But I know eventually when Dad sees how successful Brice and I keep getting as the months go on, I feel like he'll be better.
What's your timeline for this to all take place?
The goal would be in 4 months.
My reservation, though, is a lot of times when individuals move in together, they don't truly take that time to learn and grow and get to know. They then are like, oh, well, we're doing it. So a few months later, an engagement happens, and a few months after that, a wedding happens. And I know Dad and I really, really don't want to see a wedding until you get school done, because it would be impossible for you to finish your degree if you get married and have a baby. Because once you get married, then it's like, oh, the next step, have a baby. I don't ever regret getting married and having kids young, but when you get married, your priorities become different. And my thought too is like when you have kids and stuff, it wears our bodies down to have kids. So it will benefit you in the long run to get your master's in nursing, because physically you are not going to be able to nurse on the floor your whole career. So set yourself up where you can do more of a management position later on down the road.
We're not like rushing to get that point. But the thing is, it already feels like we are married because he'll come over for dinner. I'll buy him groceries for his lunch. And like, he's setting up my bed frame for me right now.
She's already like jumped to the conclusion, not to give us a lot of talking points, but are you here tonight asking us or telling us?
No, I'm telling y'all. This is gonna happen because I don't want y'all to walk in my house one day and you're like, wow, what's Brice been doing here for like the last 4 days? And then I have to like just lay it all out there like right there and then, because that wouldn't be right. It's not necessarily I want my parents' approval. It's just I want them to be in the know of what's going on. If they don't approve it now, okay, we can, you know, I still have a couple months until he moves in, but, you know, Brice and I, we know where we stand in our relationship and, you know, kind of how our timeline is going to be going. So they just kind of have to trust that and see that happen between us. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm like, he stayed like the night, like one day out of the week. And
Obviously, Elizabeth lives on her own. We know Brice does stay the night there.
I have 0 problems with Brice. Brice is a fine young man, but I just don't want Brice moving in. I just get damn near cringy when I think about that.
I'm just being 100% open with you guys.
I can't sit here and tell you Dad gives you a green light.